Hey, welcome back to another video. Well, I'm out here at the Pilbara. It's 40 degrees Celsius, ridiculously hot, and going to get hotter, up to mid-50s by Christmas here in the desert. We've got some beautiful cloud cover rolled through today with that wet season build-up, and this beautiful mountain range that you would have seen in many of my videos and photos over the years. Well, when this gets some cloud cover and that blocks that light, it comes up, gets that real dappled look, and gets that highlight effect, and it looks really good. 200, 800 I can get right in. I'm going to try and do some handheld panos. I did a few this morning with the sunrise and it was okay, but with no real clouds. And then if I get the right clouds now and I get some shadows over here, which I need to go and shoot right now, it does make a difference. We'll talk to you more once I get some photos, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. That's it, the intro. Right, as you can see now, so you see the difference. So I've got a big beautiful cloud now blocking the ridge, and there's no light on it, so it looks flat and pretty ordinary. So what I'm hoping now is when that sun starts peeking out the other side of this cloud, it'll start highlighting little spots in this ridge. If I swing you around to over there, let me just see, yeah. You can see over on the back side of these hills over here, the difference it makes when that light coming through onto the hills. So it's just starting to come over that way, and I know that it's now it'll sort of follow that ridge once that sun starts peeking through the cloud, and I can just keep an eye on it until it gets over to where I'm sort of shooting. So that's the plan. Hopefully that works. It's drops about 10 degrees, I reckon, when that sun goes behind the cloud. It goes from 40 degrees to about low 30s. It's so nice. But some beautiful shots here. Obviously what I'm trying to do is I'll go autofocus, lock on the scene, because I'm doing a pano. I want to get several shots. I'll go autofocus, back button focus here, and then once I've got that on, I'll change it over to manual focus. That'll lock it in on the ridge on the back of it, and then I can just take 5 or 6 shots with that exact same focus already set up. That way I don't have to worry about it jumping and when I do the merge, it's not going to split. And then I just pop it back to autofocus when I want to pick a different location, and then I can get the next little pano handheld. So that's sort of how I go about doing my little handheld panos, and it's just a matter of waiting for some time. There is some beautiful clouds floating around, and and that's what you want, those big, thick, fluffy black clouds from build up. And then we might even get some rain if we're lucky this week. Fingers crossed. There's supposed to be some thunderstorms coming through. And that's the perfect time to get the photos, because you get those clouds in the background, you get these blue sky, you get the beautiful big blue skies, you get the clouds that break it up to get that depth perception and give a bit of contrast. And then obviously once that light hits those hills, it's just totally different sort of a place. So it's really, really nice. And obviously I don't have a polarizer on this as such. Obviously it's a big lens, it's a 95mm, so it's probably something I probably do need to do, because you can see the difference when, I'll just go up here for the sky. I've got the ND16 Polar Pro polarizer on. That's without the polarizer on, so you see how flat that sky is, just no contrast. And then when you put the polarizer on, not only do you bring out the colours in this beautiful ochre of the Pilbara rock, but you also get that contrast in the clouds. So it does make a little bit of difference that I don't have my polarizer for the big lens, and it's probably something I need to do. And here comes that sun, so I need to start getting ready. So just got to be aware and just scanning up and down and seeing where you can get the light, and hopefully we just get an isolated patch on this range is what I'm after. And then I can come in and do a quick pano, and then when you stitch that, it should give that beautiful little highlight effect on that area that you're getting. This whole section of the packsaddle range is just gorgeous. And it's one of my favourite things about here. Oh, it's my favourite thing about being out here is this beautiful countryside. So it's nice to be able to capture it in all its glory. While I'm waiting for that light, I'm just keeping an eye out all these big fluffy clouds. I'm using this big lens to get right in there so you can see right up above here, that light coming through those holes. I'm sort of just got I'm not all the way out, I'm at 250. But I'm trying to capture some of that contrast between those clouds and the sunlight coming through. Pretty awesome. It's obviously like a art shotty, I guess. Something different. Right, so I've got some light. It's down where I want it, so forgive me, I've just got to run down here because there's a spot I want. I've just got to get out of the trees. I've just got to see if I can get that light on it. Oh, it's gone already. Fleeting light. Just missed a bit on the section I wanted to. What a shame. Very tricky. Very tricky getting what you want. These clouds are awesome, they're thick, but they're just not getting that chance to get to it, the bit I want. Done and dusted for another week. Yeah, got some nice shots. Oh, just seen something over here behind you. Just the clouds. Focus back on. Sorry about that. When you see those shots, you just got to grab them. Right, so did I get what I wanted? No, but that's unfortunate. There's not much I can do. I've only got so much time. That cloud's really thick and we're getting a few raindrops now, so I've got to be careful with the Pocket 3. It's not really weather resistant. But yeah, good. Couple of early shots I got on. There was some dapple light. I went through and had a bit of a look at some of the photos while I was in there, while I was waiting. And there's a couple there that'll work, and you'll see the difference between when you get those shadows and that highlight light coming through. Nonetheless, there should be some nice panos, even of the mine here. Those worked out. I think the last one I did was 500mm, and that seemed to be the right length just to get it out. It all depends, I guess. I'll have a look at what they look like, but this should be pretty easy to stitch. And again, all I did with the 200 to 800 is autofocus to get my main subject focus, click it over the manual, and then I can go through and take those shots knowing that the focus I've got is locked in at that same thing. So with your panos, you're not going to get it focused all the way through, because obviously that changes direction and the length and the angles and the dangles and all that scientific stuff. So at least you want to get the main bit that you're after in focus. That's the important part. All right, I reckon we're about to get wet here, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you next week. Stay safe. Peace. On the walk back, oh, thunder and lightning, and we're gonna have to make a run for it shortly. Ah! All right, see how good the pocket is on the run. Ah! Hopefully that lightning got recorded. That's why that light didn't come through, because the thunderstorm was coming. Oh, made it. Safe and sound. Just in time.